Як зійдуть сніги з гір потоками, ой, глибоким на сні. Забранить дорога та неспокоєм, вдалині мені, вдалині. Зимна осінь ще слід листям не накрила, бо до тебе навесні я повернусь мила. Твої руки я візьму знов в свої руки, не розквітне поміж нас жовтий квіт розлуки.
Вітаю, я Олена Глушко.
Welcome, I'm Elena Glushko. I'm one of the authors behind the project I'm Refugee Human. I'm Ukrainian, I'm proud of this. I love my country and I only believe in the best. I want to notice the best. I learn, I develop and I train this. I believe that Ukraine will live, that we will return home. I invite you to look at the heroes of our movie. How a human looks at a human. Yes, of course, it will be about war. But from the bottom of my heart, I wish for you to hear something more than war and refugee. I want you to remember that all the people on the planet are different but similar at the same time. Only a human can understand a human. I want all of us not to forget that our unique human skill is empathy. If we will improve this within us and nurture it, there will be no wars anymore. I want there to be peace in the hearts of everyone, so we will remember that the most valuable thing within a person is their humanity, empathy, understanding, acceptance, love, kindness, and attention. I want us to remember that through empathy, we can divide the pain and help the person next to us to live through it, without putting labels on a person, but looking deeper inside. Because essentially, we are all the same from the inside. We can differ one from one in appearance, but all of us have emotions, thoughts, some feelings, and knowledge. Yes, they are unique, but this doesn't make us individual particles on the planet. We are different, but we are the same. We have a holistic personality, but we are together as one on this planet. So let's love one another. Be kind, sincere, grateful, accepting, not judging, not labeling. I want all of us to remember that we are more than our appearances. After the beginning of the war, there was a lot of fear. Fear in your soul, fear for your own life, the life of your children, your grandchildren, and of course fear for what this war could do. We didn't expect this war. It was as if I was a robot. I didn't feel anything. a complete hole in your soul without emotions. This probably helped me and my brain to survive in that moment and not lose my mind because I had children on me. In that moment I couldn't cry, nor scream, nor be despaired. I only cried when I was driving on the highway. I sang Ukrainian songs, screamed, cried and roared, and I also said bad words. And then my children dreamed of them, because they have never heard these things from me. This was probably the only moment when I let myself go. Well, it was helplessness when you are alone. The fear of death is the most important. No time to be materialistic at all. When you wake up 5 a.m. on the 21st, and try to understand what you need to take with you, where you are going, for how long you are going. You just grab your documents, medicine kit, not even for you, but for your child, and just go. Nobody thought about the material things. I carry hate. I will tell you honestly, I love people, I respect people, every opinion, but every day by reading the news and seeing and hearing things, I carry hatred. Hatred towards that nation, Russian, Moscow people, I don't know how to call them correctly, these devils. The only thing that has changed, I simply stopped believing the Russians, any Russian. Even if a Russian here would offer help, I wouldn't believe them. I don't want to contact with them. I know it's not right, but I don't trust them. They turned out to be so evil and rotten. I don't trust any of them. The feeling of something unknown, as if you got into this vicious swamp that you can't get out of. It's a captivating fear. However, during my life, I have faced death. When I had an oncological disease, I know what it means to be afraid to die. But this fear was somehow different. It was as if we were in some horror movie. Hands, legs, children, Bucha, Irpin, home, animals killed. It's very scary for me personally. It was very scary when I tried to stretch falling asleep. For a long time, I tried not falling asleep. You wait for some silence. It may appear silent outside, and you think to yourself, yes, I have to go to sleep. And then you hear the sound of a flying airplane. You lay with a stiff heart and you don't know when and where the bomb will drop. Then again silence, and then later somewhere far, you hear that sound. Every day I understood that my fear was growing, and every day I wanted to do less and less. I haven't lived. For a month I didn't live. I didn't move, I didn't work out, I didn't love. I just watched and read the news constantly. I could not engage in sport, I could not make myself go outside and run 100 meters. This was hurting me, it was unbearable. You are unable to move, unable because you are afraid. You are afraid to take a step.
можешь
can't breathe.
дышать. Это просто
It is killing
убивало.
you.
И единственное, что меня
The only
спасало в
thing
этой
that helped me in this
ситуации,
situation
что с нами жил
was that there
ребенок,
was a child living with
который
us.
хотел
This
играть,
child wanted to
который
play,
хотел
to
жить,
live,
который
and
хотел
eat.
есть, с которым можно
A
было
child you could play
поиграть в
cards
карты,
with
поиграть
or
в
domino.
домино, который постоянно
A
что-то
child that
спрашивала
constantly
не
asked
о
things that were
войне,
not
и это
related
было
to the war
интересно.
because she
Она не
didn't care
смотрела
about the war.
новости, она
She
не
didn't watch the
говорила, где
news
что
and didn't talk
взрывается,
about
она
where
не
the bombs
говорила
went
про
off.
танки,
She didn't
те
talk
грёбаные
about the
танки.
tanks, those damn tanks.
Після того, як
Especially when a
падали
bomb
бомби,
dropped next to us and took
як
down
у нас
20 houses.
були вже жертви.
After that, after the bombing and after
розуміли,
several deaths,
що
we
треба
understood
щось
that we have to
діяти.
take action, and
Тому
that's why
було
we
прийнято
decided to
рішення
leave.
їхати до
We
Польщі.
left to go to Poland.
Далі це була
After
інша
that, it
країна,
was a different
далі
country,
це
a
було
different
інше
life.
життя.
Я легла, одевшись спать.
I lay down,
7
dressed to
часа,
sleep.
Я услышала такую
A
волну
half hour
от
later, I heard a
ракеты,
strong wave from a
которая попала в
rocket
соседний дом.
that hit my neighboring
Меня
house.
прям подбросило.
It just threw me off.
То есть,
I was very scared,
я не поняла, я очень
very
сильно
scared,
испугалась.
and
Я
quickly
очень
got
сильно
my
испугалась, я
suitcases.
быстро за чемодан. Я бы не
I
хотела
don't want to
плакать,
cry,
потому что
because I've
всё,
cried
что
all my
можно,
tears,
уже выплакано,
and there are
и
still
ещё
tears
предстоят
left to
слёзы,
cry
я
ahead.
уверена.
I'm sure of
Поэтому
that.
хочется
I
держаться,
want to hold on.
потому что
We
мы
are strong,
сильные. Мы сильные все.
thanks to everyone
Благодаря всем.
and
Наверное,
ourselves.
себе.
We packed everything we could in our suitcase, most importantly medication and clothes, and left as soon as possible. There was a lot of incomprehension and uncertainty and fear for my child, that nothing bad would happen to him. I couldn't believe what was happening. I couldn't process it for a long time, even when we crossed the border. I understood how weak I was and how I wasn't mentally prepared for all of this. I closed off this subject. I always felt guilty because other children have stayed there. Little children and I, a grown-up, have left the country. I was emotionally frozen. I have spent 10 days in Ukraine, frozen, while the sirens were going off. I woke up at night, dressed my youngest one, and carried her to the basement because we didn't have a bomb shelter. And then I understood that this is not how I want it to be. I don't want to risk the life of my children. I don't want to risk their health. I made a suggestion to my husband to leave, and he said no. I waited for another week. Every day I asked, maybe it's better to go. Maybe we have to change something. After all, nothing depended on us. All we could do was accept this reality and live it, or we could just leave this reality. I chose to escape, and I chose the safety of my children, my child. I'm responsible for her. That's why I have to be strong. That's probably why. Otherwise, I would have stayed home. I would have fought. Yes, because of my child, I left. After all, I don't want her to see this. I'll be honest. If I didn't have children, I would have probably stayed in Ukraine. There's a saying for weddings, for better and for worse with your husband. We made this promise. But I don't want my children to experience such terrible emotions. I told my daughter there's a war, pack your stuff. She was crying because she didn't understand anything, and I was crying because I did. Everything I have is for Katya. I have always wanted to give her the best life, better than I had. So even here, even under these circumstances, she's the only one that counts. I look at Katya and I see that she needs this or that and this, and only then I have to do this for tomorrow. Because when our region, Saltivka in Kharkov, was bombed, there were a lot of these moments when I went out for groceries or water, and I could see how a rocket was flying above my head. I heard the most disturbing sounds that were very loud. It was very scary.
Ты просто бежал домой, не разбирая дороги.
You just run home without looking at the road, with thoughts so that everything is okay, so that I would make it home, and so that my children were safe. I was always on the phone. I always called my children and asked if everything was okay. I told them I was already running home. I understood that if I continued to stay there, I would either go crazy because of all this, or my children will be so mentally disturbed that there will be no way to fix it anymore.
Решение это мне далось очень сложно. Мне пришлось оставить сына.
This decision was very hard. I had to leave my son behind.
И сейчас, конечно, я разрываюсь, как это
I'm
оставить
breaking
своего
into
одного
pieces.
ребенка там.
How do you leave your child?
Не знаю даже, не могу описать эту эмоцию.
I can't describe this emotion.
Страшно все время. Страшно за сына.
I feel scared all the time. Scared for my son. I worry how he's
Что он
doing.
там?
My son is 19 years old. He's long and
Высокий,
handsome.
красивый хлопчик.
Рішення
The decision to leave our home behind, to drop everything we had built over the years,
надбано
that was
за
really hard.
багато років.
But after a plane was flying around our hospital, aiming at our city, hitting people, destroying, I had no doubts
але
anymore.
попав до людей, в яких розрушено було все. Звичайно,
Of course, we had to drop everything and leave, because we understood we were driving under heavy shooting. The road was full with planes.
Траса була вся в літаках.
Я не мала величезних статків, в мене не було величезного будинку чи
I left the country without a big fortune.
А ті люди, які
I didn't have a big
працювали
house
все
or some
життя і
business,
лишали це все,
and those
і я
people
якби по
that have
дорозі
worked their whole
сюди
life to buy a
зустрічала
house
багато людей
have
різного
left
рівня,
all
різного
of that
достатку.
behind.
І от коли
I don't
вони
have the
залишали,
words.
в них взагалі от просто
I grabbed my most valuable, my children, and I left. And people left everything behind, everything that they have worked their whole life for, productively, hard.
те, на що
And
вони
then you have to
працювали
leave
все
everything
життя,
behind
трудно
and start your
і
life from
тяжко.
zero.
І потім раз, і ти без нічого. І ти знову з нуля починаєш своє життя.
I was very afraid to travel alone.
У меня
I had no one to take with me and no one to tag along with. All my friends have left so quickly, some with their family. Every day the situation got worse, the bombs got closer, and just one day I decided I have to go. And so I went. It was really heavy. Train after train and the bus. It was very scary to travel under the sounds of the sirens in Kyiv. We were driving in a train in complete silence and darkness. Very slow, and I only had one thought. May we get there at least. I think within that moment, even atheists became religious. It was so scary. It's a feeling that you can't explain. I don't know, it's very scary. When I arrived in Lvov, I could let the fear go for a little bit. I understood I was safe. But when I saw all those people that were lost just like I was, shocked, women, children, animals that were left behind, my heart broke into pieces at the sight of this. In comparison to others, my journey looked less hard. I had it easy. It was hard, but I arrived. There were tears, hysterics, breaks, but I made it. I remember that I was the happiest when I was sleeping and it was quiet.
Было тихо.
But that, I mean, the sky was quiet.
Небо было тихое, что
But other than that, there were a lot of people, a lot of noises, everyone. Children were screaming, but the sky was peaceful. This I experienced in Poland.
я тогда заснула, мне казалось,
I
что
fell asleep then. I imagined that I was sleeping in a peaceful silence. I had slept for 3 hours, and this was enough to continue my journey. I think in these 3 hours,
но я за эти 3 часа
I've slept better than the week before in my basement.
дома в коридоре.
Спасибо, что мои
I'm
родители
thankful that my parents didn't see all of what is happening right now.
Я
I
думаю,
think
что
this
им
would hurt them
могло
more
быть еще больнее,
than me.
чем мне.
How is it possible to have a war in the 21st century? My brain
Я
can't
еще не
accept this
могу
fact,
принять это, что
that this is
это
happening in my
происходит
country.
в твоей стране,
my
в
city.
твоем городе.
This
Это
concerns
касается
you
тебя,
and people you
людей,
know.
которых ты знаешь.
When
Пока
it
это
doesn't
тебя не
relate to you
коснулось,
personally,
ты не воспринимаешь это,
you
ты
pass through
воспринимаешь это
it
по-другому,
differently.
как
You
будто
watch
это
from a
находится
sideline.
в стороне. Ты наблюдал
You watched how it happened in Chechnya,
как это происходило в Чечне,
Syria.
в Сирии.
Раньше
When I used to
если
hear
я
about a
слышала
war
где-то
on
в
the
новостях
news,
какую-то информацию о войне, я не
I didn't see it
воспринимала
like
это
an
так, например, как
obligation.
я не воспринимала и как-то, честно говоря, мне
And to be
за это
honest, I
теперь
feel
стыдно,
ashamed
что
of it
была
right
такой
now.
равнодушной.
War is not only happening in Ukraine. Look at Syria, there are also people dying over there. But when this is happening far from you, and when you only see that stuff on the television, you deal with it differently. It passes you like it's happening in the background. I think this is the case for most people. But when you see and experience it with your own eyes, when you understand how awful it really is, I think this has changed within me. You can't stay indifferent. This must end once and for all. Because most people that I have met feel guilty. Guilty for leaving their country, leaving their family, friends, and close ones. They don't open the news. They don't watch what is happening again because they are emotionally exhausted and can't move like a statue.
Это сейчас модное слово.
Donating, it became a modern word now.
Ты
I try to
стараешься
give,
отдать,
but it is most likely
но, скорее
your
всего,
inner
такое
state that
внутреннее
tells you that you are
состояние,
paying
что ты
something off.
закупаешься
You are in
чего-то.
safety
Ты
now,
сейчас сидишь в
and people are
безопасности,
there.
а люди
That's
там.
scary.
Это страшно.
So you continue to donate,
Ты как бы донатишь, но
but the feeling is in fact that you are paying
ну,
off
вот
the war a
ощущение
little bit.
именно от того, что ты все-таки откупаешься немного от войны.
Закончится война,
Everything will be
будет
fine when the war
всё
ends.
хорошо. Она
It
закончится,
will end
когда
when
мы
all of
будем
us will
помогать.
help
Все
together.
вместе.
All of us.
Все.
All.
Все мы всегда.
Always and not only in Ukraine.
По возможности
Whenever
я
possible,
передаю
I pass
деньги
money.
через Приватбанк. Есть возможность.
If there's an opportunity, I send
Я
it.
надеюсь, сейчас
I hope
будет
now
больше.
there will be more opportunities.
Я понимаю, что
I understand
много
that there are many sick people
людей, которые болеют, которым тоже
that
нужно
also
деньги.
need money.
И я не выделяю
And I
ни в
do
коем
not single
случае,
out that
что
the army is
армия
top
это
priority
первоочередно, а детки
and that the sick children or people come secondly.
Во вторую очередь. Но мне кажется,
But right now,
сейчас
I think
важнее.
the army is the most important thing.
Я, наверное, не подберу.
I can't find the words,
Но я
but I give my money to them. My conscience wouldn't let me sit in one place. The thing that saved us from thinking about this in the first few days was helping others. Everyone gave all that they had. Money, clothes, absolutely everything. When you start helping people, you realize how important you are. You need to help as much as possible. All of us are supporting the army financially. My family has helped the army enormously. We bought bulletproof vests, helmets, and stuff like that.
Тепловизоры, в общем, вот такие вот вещи. То есть ты не можешь оставаться
You can't stay indifferent in these situations. I think many will agree with me when people say that there are so many deaths on the peaceful side of the population.
Вот со стороны мирного населения столько жертв, со стороны там военных столько.
Our Ukrainian military men are also part of the peaceful population. They didn't attack anyone. They have to play this part. I'm asking for the war to stop, once and for all. Give the people that came here, and the people that want to return, the opportunity to simply live. Breathe freely. Just stop all of this. Of course, this is not possible within 1 or 2 months, but I want to stop all of this. Just stop the war. Because of the war, we can't develop and think. We used to make plans for the future. Now we can't make plans. You don't know what will happen tomorrow. You don't know how the children will behave in a given situation. The war has destroyed everything. We used to have dreams. Honestly, I have a hard time describing the situation in Ukraine as a war. Not because I'm denying this fact, but I get very scared when I acknowledge that this is war. In 2022, war. It's ridiculous. I have to accept that I didn't came here for a vacation, that the world is not helping the Ukrainians because we are so awesome, but because we are in this situation. And that is very painful. I'm thankful that the world has opened up to Ukraine, but at what cost? I don't know. Sadly, it's very sad. The price is very high. My husband had his own production of car equipment, and now he has closed his production completely. He had a big factory in Cherkasy. Closed, fired people, went to war. At first, there was a lack of understanding. There was a heavy resentment. Why? Why didn't he pick us? Why did he pick work? And when his oldest daughter tried to convince him not to go, he has 3 underage kids. And when she says, "Dad, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? We only have one of you." He said, "We also only have Ukraine, and if not me, then who? I'm only doing this for you, so that my children can grow up in a free country, in safety." That's why I felt resentment at first. Later came understanding, later came acceptance, like the 5 steps in psychology. Now I am proud. Now I understand why. We were used to dress well, live in good apartments, go to some establishments, spend our time, exercise in some sport. Our children received education, everything was okay. And when you find yourself in this kind of situation, when your whole world
Мир
collapses,
весь рухнул.
all you have are
Кроме
some good
хороших
sneakers and money in the
кроссовок,
bank.
денег на банковской карте,
Some don't even
а
have
кого-то
that.
их нету.
Some are left
Кто-то
without
остался
anything.
совсем без ничего. И, то есть ты
You don't know how
не
to
знаешь,
proceed.
как дальше быть.
You don't know who you
Кому
can
можно
trust.
доверять.
You didn't
Потому
think
что
this
до
could
этого ты не
happen to
думал,
you.
что с тобой такое может случиться.
The whole world
Естественно,
seems
весь
a
мир
little
кажется
bit
для тебя
aggressive to
немного
you.
агресивным.
Ми були щасливі. Тобто, так,
We were happy.
то зараз
I'm fine here now, yes, but it's different.
Мені непогано, але то по-інакшому. То по-інакшому.
We were living really good. My God,
Все.
we did.
Просто нам було дуже добре.
And we didn't appreciate it.
Ми того не цінували. Так.
When you are used living according to a plan, you are constantly
У тебя
running.
нету
You don't have stopping moments. You don't look behind. You know that today you have to study English, and tomorrow you have to go to the gym. And now you reach a blockage, and you can't move. Where do I go? Where do I move? Language? No, I don't know this new language. Work? No, I can't work within my profession if I don't know the language. I receive a lot of help from the runners that I have met. Because the first goal that I set for myself here in the Netherlands was to run half a marathon. This was my first goal. So last week I was very excited because I just simply had a goal. That was heavy. And when people make suggestions for you to run in September, and you are like, but wait, we first have to make it to September. What do you mean, September? Maybe I won't be here anymore. What if something happens? And you start to dig and dig and dig. What do you mean, September? I only have tomorrow. It is extremely hard. When the whole course of your life has been an outlined plan, there were ideas, there were goals, you don't have them anymore. Your world turned upside down and everything changed. I like to plan out everything. It's important for me to know what will happen tomorrow, in a month, in a year. But honestly, I don't have the strength right now to make plans for a long period of time. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. For the first time, I can't see the road ahead of me. And you know, like in science, human design, I surrendered myself to accept my destiny. Whatever happens will happen. Whenever I can return, I will return. I'm a person of habits. I love my market. I know every salesperson by name. I love my city. I love everything that I left behind. I really love it. I didn't want to leave it behind. To be honest, I worried the most for my grandpa, because I understood that I might never see him again if I left. But he's optimistically. He did some gardening. However, he can't withdraw money. There's no bread. After a month, he got the medication, thank God. Just him. There's no closer relative or a man in the whole world for me, and there won't be. I'm sure of that. Sometimes you look at some picture and immediately think of your parents, who have been in occupation since day one. They have nothing, no light, no internet. They cook food over a campfire now. It's really hard when there is no mobile connection with them. Since childhood, I've had a very difficult relationship with my mother. I always thought of my father as my support, my rock and protection. I was never close with my mother like that. But now I'm missing her so much. I really want to hug her or simply hear her voice.
Она нас родила, она нас воспитала.
She gave birth to us, she raised us.
В сердце любовь
She placed self-love in our
своим
hearts,
родным и близким.
love for our family and close ones.
Она научила нас трепетно относиться друг к
She
другу.
taught us to be kind to
Она
each
научила
other.
нас, наверное, честности.
She taught us to be honest and fair.
В любви я преуспела,
I have succeeded in
а
love,
выполнить обещание не смогла.
but I couldn't keep my
не
promise.
смогла защитить ее,
I couldn't protect her
увести ее от войны, потому что
and
она
take her away
упертая.
from the war because she's stubborn,
сожалению.
unfortunately.
Поэтому
Therefore,
я мечтаю и молю
I dream
Боженьку, чтобы
and pray to
всё
God
наконец-то закончилось.
that
и
everything will
мы
finally
все
end
вместе, как она нас
and we can
ждет,
all be together. She's waiting for
мы все
us,
вместе приедем домой.
for us to come home together,
У нас
sit down
мама
in our
наготовит
kitchen.
вкусной еды.
Mom will cook a lot of delicious food.
И будем, наверное, разговаривать очень долго.
We will talk for a very long time, remember, cry, and reminisce.
И радоваться, что мы вместе.
We will be happy that we are
И так
together.
вместе. Просто
We are
её
together
физически
now,
здесь рядом нет.
but she's not next to me physically.
А это тяжело. Я очень
And that
сильно
is hard.
переживаю, что я не
I'm very
успею
worried
обнять.
that I won't have time to hug
Всё,
my mother.
стратила.
I still cried
Потому что простите.
Раньше
before.
мы как
We used to wish each
друг
other
другу желали
a good
спокойной
night,
ночи,
good
доброго утра.
morning,
Мы говорили эти слова,
and we didn't think
не
about the meaning
задумываясь
of
над
these
этим.
words.
Это были
These were just
просто,
commonly used words.
часто употребляемые слова. А когда ты хоть немного
But when you go through a
соприкасаешься с
war,
войной, ты
you
начинаешь
understand
понимать и
and
ценить
appreciate
суть
these
этих
words.
слов. С добрым
Good
утром,
morning,
спокойной
good
ночи,
night,
хорошего
good day,
дня, мирного
peaceful
дня.
day.
Ты начинаешь
You
ценить
start to
это.
appreciate this. As if it depends on these words. Within these words lies the normal life. It's hard to watch the videos from that region that I used to live in, which I had arrived to 3 years ago and started my life from zero. When I had to leave my children alone at home and work so I could give them something in the future. When they used to say that they miss me, it was so hard to start. And after almost 4 years, I had to leave all of this and go to a completely different country to start my life from zero again. Yes, my city is dying, and I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything, but I see how it is happening. Why? What for? What for? I think there is no answer to this question. Why? The city is dying, people are dying. This is hurting. Every day I read about it, and it's very painful.
Місто вогні, серце болить, втомлює біль, і ворог не спить. Кулі летять, покипають. ворог лежить, мовчить. Наче весну нам не холодно, чекає сім'я на околицях. Разом ми всі переможемо, це наша рідна земля. Хай буде весна, де ми стоїмо до кінця, і нас не зламає війна. Україна – це наша земля, Україна – це наша земля.
Як ми
As we left Ukraine,
з України,
it felt like we have all matured.
подорослішали всі.
Not only
Не
my
тільки мої
children, but
діти,
so did
а й
I,
я
for
на
life.
ціле життя.
My whole perception of
Психологічно,
myself, of the
емоційно,
world, and of what I
сприйняття себе,
value
сприйняття світу, сприйняття цінностей.
has changed.
Як Нікіта сказав,
Just like
я
Nikita
не
said,
очікувала, що він
that we indeed had an ideal
сказала.
life.
Що дійсно ми жили там і
We had everything.
у нас все було добре.
And suddenly it changed.
Ну, зараз ми
Now we either hope to return
повернення, або на
or
те,
build
що
our
ми
own
можемо
new ideal
побудувати
life.
нове своє ідеальне життя.
І почали наші
And they began to
чоловіків
take our
забирати.
men to war.
І
The children reacted very strongly to this. I'm a child psychologist, and they came to me,
І вони
told me,
приходили, і мені
screamed,
розказували,
cried.
кричали, плакали, як
How so? I have my first communion, and my father won't be there.
Він
A
кричав,
child
просто
screamed.
дитина 8 років
8 years
кричить.
old, screamed. I've socialized here with Ukrainian teenagers and little children. The younger children are more attuned to the mood of their parents, and the teenagers worry for their parents.
Більше років, то вони, вони переживають за батьків.
They also talk about their friends,
Що мої
that
друзі
they are
там,
still there.
мої друзі там.
It's difficult for them right now.
Їм складно. І зараз
The basis of a teenager's life is socializing with friends. They have lost this. I would say that they are very closed off right now and consider their parents weaker than themselves. They don't want to bother their parents with their worries. Like, I am strong, I won't tell my parents. But it's hard for them.
А типу, от зараз мамі там чи батькам, татові, мамі, типу, їм
They
тяжко,
worry
вони
about
за це
this.
переживають.
Ну, молодша її...
The youngest doesn't understand that there is a war going on, but the oldest does.
А старша тоді розуміє, що війна...
She doesn't understand why her father can't come and why we can't see each other. It's all very difficult. We have our moments, but we try not to lose heart.
Щоб не падати духом.
I think many will agree with me. The children have become adults. My oldest daughter is a very active girl, but she has grown so much, the things she sees sometimes. I try not to cry in front of the children, but when I watch some video, my daughter goes, "Mommy, don't cry, everything will be okay, I'm here with you." How can a child say these things? I don't understand. I used to think that a war is the worst thing in life because it takes away your house, the possibility to communicate with your close ones. It's very hard. And you understand that your life would not be the same anymore. I understand now that whatever happens, you need to live. And the fact that you are alive, that is the most important thing. You are here, and you can do anything you want. I'm doing everything in my power so I won't go crazy. So my daughter will be comfortable. Unlike me, she cries almost every night. She says, "I want to go my kitten, to my dad, to my granddad, my grandma." So as long as my internal engine is running,
понимаем
She
где.
does not stay in one
Она хотя бы
place.
не сидит на месте, она не варится.
She doesn't linger in
Ну,
this
я
mood
была
all the
готова для того,
time.
чтобы уехать,
I
потому
was
что мы
ready
вместе
to leave
прожили в
because we
Ужгороде
have
для
lived in
этого.
Uzhgorod
То есть
for a
мне
month
нужен
before we
был
came
месяц для
here.
того, чтобы понять,
I needed a
что
month to
ничего
understand
хорошего
that nothing good
не
will
будет в том,
come
что мы будем прятаться,
from hiding
там,
and
или слушать
listening
эти
to the
звуки, или
sounds of
постоянно бояться. В том, что мы
explosions.
будем бояться,
Fear does nothing good.
для,
The more you are
для
afraid,
для психики ничего хорошего не будет. Все время бояться, так оно и прилетит. Чем больше боишься,
the more
тем
likely it is to
скорее
happen.
вероятность того, что это произойдет.
Тут контраст, что я сейчас
And then there's
сижу
this
и радуюсь,
contrast.
потому что мне
I don't want to sit
бесплатно
here and
дали
tell
ходить
everyone that I
на
can
дзюдо.
participate
Это,
in
не
judo
знаю,
classes for free.
они бы подумали, наверное,
Because for
что
others in
я
Ukraine, I
больная,
probably look like
что у
some
меня
dumb girl
происходит,
and I have
потому
nothing
что
going
убивать.
on and I don't care about anyone.
Нет, ну типа можно
No, how can you not
убивать
care
любого,
about
кто
people that are
умирает.
dying?
Умирает, не знаю, сколько
I don't know how
людей
many
в день у
people
нас
die
в
every day in
Украине,
Ukraine
они
because some
там
strange people
странных
want a
людей, которых
microwave
нет
in their
никогда
house.
дома. Скучаю, не знаю.
I miss my
За папой,
father.
он
He's
отличный
a great
человек,
human
милый.
being.
И чувство
He's
юмора есть.
smart
Скучаю
and
за
has a great sense of
приставкой.
humor.
Хочу в
I miss my
Genshin
PlayStation. I want to play
Не знаю, вот
Genshin.
это вот, казалось бы, какая-то вещь,
It seems
которую
like a very
просто
simple
очень
thing.
легко делать, да, просто играешь в игры.
You play this game,
Почему-то нельзя это
and then
делать.
for some reason, you can't play it anymore.
Куда-то уехал, и вдруг это нельзя
You
делать.
left
Такое
and you
вот,
can't play it anymore.
Погоди.
Hold on.
Я плачу из-за видеоигр.
I'm crying over a video game.
Ну зачем? Вы мне скажете, давай, надо
Why?
поговорить.
You would tell me, come
Очень
on,
важно
we
для
have to
твоего
talk.
ментального
It's
здоровья.
very important for your
Я
mental
взрослый
health.
человек, я знаю, что у
I'm a
нас
grown
ментальное
up. I
здоровье.
know what is
Всё
happening with my
нормально.
mental state. Everything is
Я не
fine.
маленький
I'm not a
ребенок.
child.
Мои приставки, и мои кровати,
My PlayStation,
и
and
мои
my
комнаты,
bed,
и мои квартиры,
and my rooms, my
и мои
apartments,
улицы, и моего
my
города, и моей
streets,
страны.
my city, and my country.
Имеется в виду, что они там.
I mean,
значит,
Ukraine still exists,
существуют.
even when I'm not
А
there.
в телефоне не Украина.
Ukraine
потому
is not
что
mentioned
уже
on the
про неё
telephones
успели почти
because they have forgotten
Ну,
about
типа,
her.
это как-то бесит, потому что люди
It's
такие,
annoying because people are
давайте
like,
обращаем внимание
let's pay
на
attention to
Украину,
Ukraine for 2 seconds
2 секунды, а потом забудем про
and
неё,
then forget
потому
about
что это
her
уже не новое,
because it
потому
won't
что это мне уже не даст
give me the
больше
views
просмотров.
anymore and it's not the current
Ну,
topic
вообще в
anymore.
моих силах говорить об Украине.
It is in my
Вопрос
power
в
to
том,
talk
слушать
about
меня или
Ukraine,
нет.
but will I be heard is
Не
the
обращать
question.
внимание на другие
Stop,
места,
we're not paying
потому что
attention to different
даже
countries.
если это какая-то страна,
Even if
где-то
it's a country
непонятно,
somewhere
где на другом
far
континенте, типа,
or on a
а вы
different
думаете,
continent.
это на вас не повлияет?
I mean, do you
Ну,
think
это
this will not
глупо.
affect you?
Просто потому,
Wow,
что захотелось,
stupid.
типа,
Just
я
because you
хочу
decided
править
that you
всем
want to rule the
миром.
world.
Зачем? Что это
For
даст
what?
кому-либо?
What will this
Типа,
bring
это
you?
просто работа,
It's
ничего
just
это
a
не дает.
job and it will not give you anything.
Богатым можно стать намного
You can become rich
проще.
much easier.
Зачем? Зачем
Why?
воевать?
Why is it
для
necessary to
этого?
make war?
Я не понимаю.
У меня
I don't understand.
начались такие эмоции, как
I started experience feelings of pain, unjust, and sadness.
и какая-то большая грусть. Вот когда прошел месяц, я понимала,
After
что
a
оно
month,
еще больше накапливается.
I understood
и мне
that it's
даже
only
не
getting
хотелось
worse,
вообще
and I
как-то
didn't
эти
even want to show
эмоции
these
даже
emotions,
показывать и
accept or understand them.
принимать, понимать. И я
After the
тогда
first
сделала
meditation class in my
первую
life,
медитацию в моей жизни,
based on
которая была
emotions,
на эмоции. Я поняла,
I
то,
realized how many
вообще,
negative
сколько
emotions
за
I had
этот
bottled
период
up.
у меня накопилось каких-то негативных, конечно, эмоций.
I needed to let these
Я
emotions
поняла
go
то, что нужно их как бы просто
and
рассказывать,
open up to people.
изливать
This is
кому-то
very
душу.
important
Это
because
очень
without
важно.
this you won't feel
Потому
like
что
a
без
complete
этого
human.
просто ты не чувствуешь себя полноценным человеком.
Стараешься
You
держаться
also
из-за
try to hold on
ребенка,
because of your child, nerves at the
на
end of your
исходе, на
limit.
пределе,
Of
конечно,
course,
ей
it's hard
тоже
for her
тяжело,
too,
и я
and when she
просто, когда
starts to
она
worry a
начинает
lot,
очень сильно нервничать,
I
так
tell
что
myself
ты
later that it's
объяснишь,
even
что
harder for her
ей же
than
еще
for me.
тяжелее.
I
Я-то
understand what is
понимаю, что
happening,
происходит,
she
она
also
тоже
does,
понимает, что
but
происходит,
not to that
но
extent.
но не в таком объеме.
Not like that. She cries and asks,
Мама, почему вот,
Mother, why is Nastya's dad here with her
здесь с ней,
and our dad is there?
там вот. То есть, и ты пытаешься
And I try to
объяснить
explain to
ребенку, что
her
это выбор
that is your
твоего
father's
папы.
choice.
Не
It doesn't
так,
mean
что
that
там
one dad is
папа
good
один
and
хороший,
the other is
второй
bad.
плохой. Это
It's
выбор
just your
твоего
father's
папы,
choice.
только.
That's why we
Мы
have to
должны
be
быть
strong.
сильными.
Сложно было, наверное, все это
It was hard to open up about this.
раскрыть.
I always thought that if the children would see me crying, they already have a hard time without this. I don't want to show them my weakness. Because during the whole road, the only words that I remember are the words of my oldest son. Mother, I am with you, don't worry, we can do this, I will protect you. I will support you, don't be afraid, we can do this. My 13-year-old son was telling me this and not the other way around. We were traveling to the unknown. I didn't know what kind of country this is, what is waiting for me ahead. First of all, I want to thank Diana's mother. The lady that I used to live with brought me to the meeting center in Doetinchem. She introduced us to Diana's mother. She gave me hope that everything can be normal. Because I felt a lot of fear in the place that I arrived to first. I used to go to sleep with my children while holding documents and a backpack. I locked the door and hid the backpack with documents under the bed. Because I didn't trust those people. And when I saw Marina, I had hope that everything might not be as bad at all. And when I met Diana, Inga, and when I started going to the meeting center in Doetinchem, I understood that there's a completely different attitude towards people, the people that came here, to the refugees. I received hope that everything will get better, everything will be fine, and I don't have to be scared to socialize with people and trust them, because here you are shown a great mental and physical support. I'm incredibly grateful for Diana and the people that I've met here, and including you, Lena, for your meditation, which has helped me a lot to come into some balance with myself. It helped me to understand that I have to move further, no matter what. I have to move forward and not become closed off, but on the contrary, develop myself. Hello, I'm Elena. I am Ukrainian. I am the author behind this project. Initially, the goal of this project for me was to show that behind the word refugee, the word person is hidden. A word which we rarely use when we look at the people that are refugees of the war. I was inspired to create this project by the people that came here, just like me. We were united by one common grief. But we are all very different. Each one of us has their own pain inside of them and their own victory from the choice that they had to make. I want no one else to know the loss of their loved ones, their home, their homeland, so that no one else loses people that are dear to them. I want peace, I want children to be alive, I want people who are very close to you, whom you love, to be alive. I want this project to be a help for people to show their empathy and sympathy for those people that came here running away from the war, so that people will understand that we are all different, that everyone has their own feelings, own emotions. I simply want people to understand people, so that we will show more empathy and sympathy to others. Well, to be honest, I'm only saving my children and my companionship. I socialize with Ukrainians and Dutch people that are on my side. That helps to take away this hatred, to make me the person that I truly am, real, kind, sincere, free, and not depending on anyone or any nation, To live the way we used to live. Go to work and laugh every day. Waking up with the sun and not thinking about whether my house will be there or not. Socializing is a necessity to feel normal and comfortable. I arrived in our meeting place in Doetinchem because this is the place where you're understood. You don't have to make something up or invent something. You don't even have to think how to talk. That's probably the most important thing. You came, you saw everyone, and they understand. It's such an easy startup. From there to the rest of your life. At first, when I came here, a routine was very helpful. Just doing some work around the house all the time. You don't think about anything at all. The house came with a territory, a garden. I did some cooking, I did some cleaning. This went on for a few months, just the same routine. Then there is sport. It's great that you can ride a bike here. It's like breathing. Your meditation, yoga. I don't have the strength for anything else yet. I'm used to always learning something. Follow courses, study, read. I have no strength for this now. Activity is very important to me right now, but the kind of activity that I love. I'm a psychologist. I love art therapy. I love working with metaphorical cards. I already feel an asset and have online consultations with people from Ukraine. The offline consultations I can spend with my friends that I socialize with here. We conduct psychological sessions and they are really effective and healthy for me. This is my strength right now. And of course, burning candles. I love creating an atmosphere. I love beauty. I want it to be cozy around me. The musical lessons are like an outlet for me because of what is happening in Ukraine today. Children put their emotions and their visions of the world into their music. This is fascinating for me, and I can relax with them. I socialize with them, and I can see that they are also relaxed. They can take a step away from their daily routines. I hope that the war actions will end soon. In fact, I hope that my child will go to school in Ukraine in September. But I wake up every morning and read the news, and I become more disappointed in my dreams, my plans. I understand that I probably won't leave for a long time. Therefore, you want to arrange your life as much as possible. So you would want to come home. The place that I live at, I already call home. In order for me not to run away from there, I want it to be cozy and comfortable. The girls who also came from Ukraine are helping me to hold on. Socializing with them, meeting with them, meditation, yoga, sport. All of this is very helpful. It lifts up your spirit.
Hi, mijn naam is Ilja Bekes. Ik ben eigenaresse van de PIT Personal Gym. Wij geven sportlessen, yogalessen, small group trainingen en personal trainingen. En ik heb yogales gegeven het afgelopen jaar aan Oekraïense dames die hier in Doetinchem en omgeving zijn komen wonen. Ik was ontzettend geraakt door alle verdriet en ellende die we gezien hebben. En ik wilde heel graag iets doen. En hetgene wat ik kan doen is yogales geven en sporttraining geven. Dus voor mij was het makkelijkste om te doen. En ik vind het heel fijn dat mensen daar plezier aan beleefd hebben.
Здесь в Дутинхеме
Here in Doetinchem,
Просто какой-то чудом подаренный.
by some kind of miracle, a group of women have found each other. A lot of women that have similarities, that sincerely share their stories, that are willing to help, girls that are psychologists, volunteers that made it possible to exercise and participate in yoga and meditation classes. And when you put in the work, through the I don't want to, and get up to do something, day by day you feel more stronger, more confident, and more support. It's very helpful. I'm satisfied with this country for taking us in, and I'm also pleased with the volunteers. Without them, it would be very difficult. The volunteers are just great. I thank you sincerely and limitlessly. I only have great experience in the Netherlands. I love these people, this country. I bow for this country. I'm very thankful. I haven't had a negative encounter. Whatever question I had or whatever help I may need, I always got the support. It makes me smile and it warms my soul. I will always remember this. The Dutch people have a special place in my heart. Wherever I have been in the Netherlands, in Diemen or Amsterdam, in Gaanderen,
в Амстердамі і потім в Гандерен, в Доетинхем. Всі люди, наче
everyone is doing the most for us to be comfortable.
Зробити все, щоб тобі було комфортно. Тобто,
and I say, you don't even know me.
Я вас не знаю, дякую.
Thank you. You think, how? Why are you doing this?
Чому? І в тебе культурний
шок. You are pleasantly shocked indeed.
І тому, якби, коли
when I was offered to participate in this project,
я, трошки ніякого.
I was a little bit taken back. Apparently, I'm not used to this. I've never been famous, never worked on a camera. But I've tried it now, because I have no other way to say thank you for now. I also want to thank the Netherlands. Thanks to them, we could adjust easily and receive all kinds of help. Living under a roof means a lot. I want to thank them for this. Also, Marie-Claire and Martin, these two are unique, like a fairy tale. Thank you enormously to the volunteers. They help us to adjust and find a job. They help our children, not only with school, but also with toys and entertainment. This is amazing.
Mijn naam is Thijs Holtman. Ik ben eigenaar van judoschool Jindo. En vorig jaar hebben wij een judo-marathon gehouden om geld in te zamelen voor de crisis in Oekraïne. Nu wilden we dat lokaal doen. We zagen heel veel mensen binnenkomen hier in Doetinchem. En een hoop kinderen die konden niet sporten. En waarbij alle basisvoorziening werd geregeld, er werd onderdak geregeld, eten en drinken werd geregeld. Maar een basisbehoefte zoals sport zat daar niet bij in. Nu, sporten verbindt, sporten helpt. Dus wij hebben met die budomantel geld opgehaald om Oekraïense kinderen, Oekraïense vrouwen, mannen gratis bij ons te laten sporten. En binnen onze judo-familie intrede te doen. Zij genieten van de sport, zij maken kennis met een heel nieuw sport, met nieuwe mensen. Dus het was af en toe heel erg wennen, maar hoe langer ze bij de judo zitten, je kunt eigenlijk niet meer merken dat ze Oekraïens zijn. Ze horen bij de groep, ze horen bij ons. En wat ik zie, dat zij genieten van het spel, even niet denken aan alle ellende om zich heen, maar gewoon met plezier op de mat staan. En ja, dat vind ik eigenlijk toch het mooiste van wat het project teweeg brengt. En dat we nog steeds kunnen voortzetten. Ik hoop natuurlijk dat de ellende snel ophoudt, maar zolang het is, zijn ze hier welkom om te kunnen blijven judo.
чувствую, что здесь есть кусочек
In the
Украины,
Netherlands, I
потому
can feel a
что
part of Ukraine
Нидерланды дают максимальную
because the Netherlands
поддержку
is giving
Украине,
us a maximum
даже
support.
помимо того, что здесь есть наши люди,
Even though our people
наш
are here,
язык тоже тут
our language is
присутствует.
also here.
Мы видим то, что
The
они
Dutch are
постоянно
constantly
говорят про
talking
Украину,
about the Ukrainians
постоянно дают поддержку.
and are giving their
То
support.
же самое касается флагов.
The same goes for the flags that are spread over the country.
Флаги Украины, они тоже очень много чего значат. И ты
They mean a
понимаешь,
lot.
что ты здесь не один,
You understand
что
that you are
тебя
not alone,
будут поддерживать.
that you will have
И,
support.
конечно, это всё
It's
очень
very kind of them,
мило с их стороны, и действительно себя тут
and you
чувствуешь
don't feel left out.
Я осознала, что я не одна.
I realize that I'm not alone. There are a lot of people around, even if they speak a different language, even if they are not family.
Но эти люди, они готовы помогать.
These people are willing to help.
И вот такой вот вера и
This
осознание
faith
людей,
and understanding in
она тоже
people really
помогает,
helped
давала
us
какую-то
and gave us
силу. В
strength.
каждой стране,
In
где
every
вот
one
так
of
мы
these
начинали,
countries
мы
where we
искали
found
себе
shelter
этот
for a
приют
few
на
days,
несколько дней, всегда
we
попадались
got to meet
очень
great
классные
people.
люди. Вот каждого человека.
We remember every one of
Мы
them,
до сих пор помним, насколько
how they
искренне
helped
они
us sincerely.
помогали, мы со всеми
We are still in
общаемся до
contact
сих
through
пор в Фейсбуке.
Facebook.
Вот, и
Every family taught us something. We tried to put ourselves in their shoes. We asked ourselves, could we do the same? These people were also like teachers for us. We got to learn from their good deeds. The ability to share and empathize. Enormous gratitude to the city Doetinchem that has welcomed us. A small city that apparently can be very cozy. I didn't like small cities at first. We grew up in a big city. We realized that even a small city can be very comfortable, that has everything you need in life. There are a lot of people that will welcome you and support you. Just like Diana, who became a guardian angel for the Ukrainians, and Yulia, our volunteer that helps others and cares for others.
Hi, mijn naam is Diana Tamliani. Ik woon al meer dan 20 jaar in Nederland. Ik ben zelf ook vluchteling. Wij zijn ooit met mijn familie uit Abhazie gevlucht naar Nederland. En vandaar dat het ook voor mij de situatie nu in Oekraïne heel erg dichtbij komt. En ik wou helpen. Ik had mij aangemeld als vrijwilliger binnen onze eigen gemeente en zo ben ik hier in de Drie Koningenkapel beland als coördinator. Hier heb ik 2 prachtige meiden leren kennen. Allebei heten Elena's en dat zijn creatieve meiden en samen met hun zijn wij een project gestart, I am REFUGEE Human. Dit project is heel belangrijk voor mij, omdat wij met dit project eigenlijk het ware gezicht van de vluchteling willen laten zien en de stereotypen willen doorbreken. Een vluchteling is meer dan een gewone woord vluchteling. Er zit veel meer achter en ieder vluchteling heeft eigen waarden, normen, eigen belangen, eigen behoeftes, eigen emoties. En ik zou heel graag de lokale mensen kennis willen laten maken met deze nieuwe mensen die hier wonen momenteel. Zodat ze veel meer in gaan zien. Dat ze ook echt achter het label vluchteling gaan kijken en een persoon zien. Een moeder, een vader, een dochter, een vriendin. En ze leren kennen op die manier.
I want to thank my city. I want to thank our heroes. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank the Netherlands. I want to thank all the people that accepted us, opened up to us, that took so much responsibility on themselves. I want to thank the protectors. Thank you enormously. My son has served in the army, so I know how that feels. He has served in the first years of the war, so I know how it feels when a mother can't sleep, when a mother waits and the child calls. I know what that feels like. With anxiety, you wait by the phone, but the phone doesn't ring. And all you hear is the news. There's a bombing over there. There are these many deaths over there. It's very scary. So I want to thank those mothers that have let their children go so they can defend Ukraine.
Які насправді відпустили своїх дітей захищати свою Україну.
And to the soldiers, I want to say, hold on and believe.
Триматися і вірити.
During my time in Europe, in the Netherlands, I've met really great people. It warms my heart that the people help us and understand what the war means. They have helped us mentally and gave us material aid. They have supported us. They brought us clothing. They helped us with food. They gave us their warmth and their houses so we could live there.
Свою теплоту, віддавали свої домівки для того, щоб ми могли поселитися тут.
Плюс к нам относятся как к личностям.
They treat us as an individual and not as people that they are helping. Individuals with their own opinions, interests and needs.
Со своими взглядами на жизнь, со своими интересами, со своими нуждами. Они очень часто
They often ask us how we want things to be.
А как вы видите, а как вы хотите, а что вам нужно?
What do you need?
Мы хотим сделать все возможное, чтобы вам
They worry about our comfort.
было хорошо. Это просто
It's simply amazing.
Это больше всего, наверное, восхищает. Конечно,
Of course, victory will come. There's no other way.
Просто быть не может. Добро
Good
обязательно
beats
побеждает
evil,
зло. Поэтому Украина.
and that's why Ukraine will win.
Я
I
даже
can't even
на
imagine a
секундочку
different outcome, not even
не
for a
допускала
second.
мысли об обратном. Победа будет.
Victory will come,
Возможно,
but
просто
probably
не
not
так
as soon as we
скоро,
would
как
want.
хотелось бы, но она будет обязательно. Потому что я верю
I
в
believe in the
Украину, я верю в
Ukrainian people,
украинских людей. В
My
моих
people.
людей. Верю в
I believe
каждого
in
из
every
нас.
one of us.
Я
I'm Ukrainian. I love my country very much.
Я
I
знаю,
know that
що нас
everything
буде.
will come back to us.
Що ми будемо
We will be
дуже
very
сильні.
strong.
Що ми
We will come back home.
Все, перестаньте. Ми
We will return home. We will rebuild everything. And it will be 100 times better than before. And I want the world to know
Хоча нас
we were never a third world country.
Країна третього світу. Ми ніколи не були країною третього світу.
We had a good life. We were doing fine.
Нам було добре.
And we will be fine.
Нам буде
I'm sure of that.
Ем,
Everything will be great.
Буде класно.
Ukrainians, that's the spirit.
Конечно же, хотелось
Of
бы
course,
вернуться
I want to return
в
to a
страну, где уже
country
нет
where there is
войны.
no war
Однозначно.
anymore.
Спокойно
Drive
ехать
to a
по
calm
дорогам,
road, because the
потому
last
что
thing that I
последние
remember about the
дороги
road
в
in
памяти из
Ukraine is
Украины
very
были очень
troubling.
тревожными. Хотелось бы спокойно ехать мимо
I want to
наших
drive
прекрасных
through our
полей
fields,
цветущих. Вот где-нибудь.
make a stop in Lvov and
По
drink
дороге
coffee.
заехать во Львов, выпить кофе.
We dream about going home
Так уже мы себе мы мечтали, что вот когда
and
мы
drinking
будем
coffee in Lvov.
домой, обязательно попьем
Make a stop
кофе
in
во
our
Львове,
favorite
там где-то
places.
остановимся, там, в наших любимых местах.
I want to believe that everything will be okay and our cities will be rebuilt. People will return. Ukraine will be beautiful. Ukraine will sing.
Украина будет петь.
Ukraine will sing.
Украина будет петь.
Our heroes are great.
Наши
Our men
герои
are great.
молодцы, наши ребята молодцы.
Thanks to them, we are here.
Благодаря им мы здесь.
Glory to our heroes.
Героям слава.
Glory to Ukraine.
Слава Украине. Героям
Glory
слава.
to our heroes. Hello. I am Ukrainian in the Netherlands, and I'm a refugee. But I'm not just one word. I'm more than a label. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm a wife, a sister, a friend. I'm a photographer. I'm a scientist, a psychologist, a businesswoman. And I can be different. I can be silent. I can scream. I can laugh or be angry. I can miss or be happy. I can be kind and I can hate. I can pity and I can empathize. I can trust or I can be closed off. I can be strong and then weak. I can be afraid and I can be brave and decideful. I am different and that is normal. I have my own personal emotions. I'm unique and at the same time like everyone else. Because I am human and I'm a personality. I'm a body that feels. I'm conscious with knowledge. I'm an intellect that thinks and analyzes. I'm a soul that craves to enjoy life. I'm an energy that flows through me. I'm human.